Hello friends, now I'm going to start to talk with you about when can a bill become a law or the act, right? When can a bill become a law or an act? First, you remember the meaning of the bill. The proposal to make the law, the proposal to make the law is called bill. I repeat, the proposal to make the law is called bill. This definition you need to keep in your mind, right? Now you understand. Generally, what the parliament do? Parliament is framing laws. Second, making some changes in the laws as the time needs. And third, nullifying obsolete laws. Nullify means cancel, revoke. Obsolete means unnecessary laws. So, generally, bill always come in front of the both houses of parliament to make the law in three different names. First, ordinary bill. Second, money bill. And third, bill to amend the constitution. So, parliament has to pass specific process, and this process is called process to make the law. Any bill is allowed to present any of the house of parliament, and any member of the house or any minister can present that bill in a house, and laterly it comes in front of the house for discussion, and after discussion they may pass it, deny it, anything is possible, but the process will be continued in both the houses respectively. Here, if one house agree, other house is not agree, means it is called dispute arised between houses to pass the bill. In that situation, President of India will call joint session, and that joint session will be chaired by Speaker of Lok Sabha. In this joint session by majority of all seated members in hall, the bill can be passed. So bill become an act after passing it through both houses with majority of attended members of houses, right my friends? So here now you can understand in a simple manner how the bill become a law, right? This is the simple process, and we have to go through detailed study of this simple process in a different explanation, that how the ordinary bill will be passed, how the money bill will be passed, right? Everything we discussed in a different manner, right? Okay, let us continue with explanation. Procedure of an act from ordinary bill. See, ordinary bill means non-financial bills. Now the question comes, which bill is called ordinary bill and which bill is called money bill? The big question comes in your mind. Listen, if any bill related with financial matter, budget, change in the tax, any kind of this changes is called money bill. Remain other bills are ordinary bill. But if any bill relating to the changes effecting in the constitution also, it is called constitutional bill. So in that way we have three type of bills. We have already earlier discussed ordinary bill, money bill, and amendment relating to the constitutions, such kind of the bills. Okay, now I am first discussing about ordinary bill. The procedure of presenting bill in house usually done by minister. See, here any member is also any member of the house is also allowed to do, but usually it is done by the ministers first. Such kind of the presenting bill is called first reading of the bill. So in the procedure, totally 3 reading of the bill in any of the house, in both the houses. 3 readings are necessary, right? So when they are presenting bill first in the table of the house, it is called first reading. So here one question has come for you, short question: what is called first reading bill, right? So what will be discussed here? Now you think. The title of the bill, the objectives of the bill, and the reasons why the bill is required to be present in front of house. These 3 things will be taken in care. Before presenting any bill, generally speaker or chairman will decide that any bill is properly presented, and if required any recommendations from president has been taken or not. So the general requirements are being fulfilled or not will be checked by speaker or the chairman, right? Thereafter they will allow. One point more. Speaker or the chairman will decide that is this bill ordinary bill or money bill, right? They will decide. Nobody else has the right to decide, and by classifying these divisions, he will allow as the ordinary bill or money bill or the constitutional amendment bill, right, my friends? Okay. Now the discussion will be open for all. Section wise discussion will be taken for every point. Its objectives are examined, its repercussions are examined, and amendments are made in front of public. So it means directly sitting members of the houses will not pass it, but the amendment will come in front of the public groups, associations, institutions for opinions of opposition party. When it will be completed, it will be carried out for voting. It means after the discussion all the three times, the voting will be done. By this way, the first house will pass. Here I am not saying that which house is considered as a first house, but any of the house can present these changes of the law. In case due to any workload, the bill may not be discussed in detail. So in that situation, they will not directly do the voting by seeing the sitting numbers. No, they will send it to the committees of different subjects. Here in these committees, members are sitting with special knowledge to examine the bill, and they will make necessary discussions to pass it or not. Thereafter, the suggestions will be taken in change, and the committee's report will be presented in front of the house. Thereafter, the bill will be sent for third reading. So here first they have read objectives, reasons for presenting it, its title, and so many things. Second, they made a discussion, maybe in a house, maybe in the committees, and now third, it is the formal reading. When they have already made all specific procedures. The voting will be carried out, and in the voting, by the majority of House, the bill will be declared as pass. We have already earlier understood in the earlier chapter that how much majority is required for which kind of the bill, right? So I am not discussing again. When the first house has passed, the bill will be signed by the head of the house, means the chairman or the speaker will sign the passed bill information. Then it will be sent to the other house, and by necessary procedure followingly in other house also the second house will pass it. Here I have stated that when both house will pass, it will be sent to the president's signature. Naturally, it will be sent to the president's signature, and president will sign it. By signing done by president, the bill becomes an act. But if the first house has passed but not passed in the second house, then what? It will again send back to the first house. Okay. Here it is given information that if the first house has passed but second house has kept it with them for more than 6 months, in that situation it is understood that the bill has been rejected. It means, now you understand what I mean to say, that the first house must pass it, but second house also required to pass it. But if they put it in a side for 6 months, then it is understood that the bill has been rejected. In that situation, it is said to be that both houses are disagree or disputed over the bill. In that situation, the joint session will be called, and the parliament will try to resolve the disputes through majority. Now here the question comes. Okay, anyhow, it has been passed through both houses. But when it comes to the president, then what? See, it is not necessary that president will immediately pass it, because sometimes some laws are making some complication in future. If the president feels, then he has a right to send it back to the parliament, and with his points of queries he will send it back for reconsideration. And when it comes to him again, then he has to sign it. This is the first. Second, he directly signed because the parliament has passed, so he will not make any queries. And third, he keep the bill with him. Now you can ask me what's the meaning of it. Sometimes president feels that the parliament has enough majority to take specific decisions. So even he send it back. What could possible? Again the same way the bill will reconsider, passed, and will come back to the president. So in that situation president will have to sign it. So by looking to all this situation, president can take some different type of the way not to pass the law. He will use the way that he will use his power to keep with him for thinking. In that situation, the bill is not sent back. Second, the bill is not passed, but in a thinking on the table of president. So in that situation, the bill will not be considered as the passed bill. Right, my friends? So you understand very well. Government cannot ask back, or the Prime Minister cannot ask back to the President to pass the bill. It is a complete power of President when to sign. Right, my friends? Okay. When the bill is signed, ultimately, in that situation, it will be published in Government Gazette. Government Gazette is a one kind of the declaration procedure that the law has been made with the date of enforcement of the law. So date of the enforcement is giving us information that when the bill will come in force to be implemented. Right, my friends? Okay, now I have completed about the ordinary bill. Now I am going to start about the constitutional bill. Here the major changes are not there, but only one important change is given, that 2/3 of both houses members majority is required in voting for constitutional changes. So if any bill relating to the matter of center and state relations, it requires 2/3 majority of parliament plus half of the total assemblies of different states needed to pass it. By following all the procedure, the constitutional bill will become the law. So now you understand very well that the procedure for approving from parliament by 3 type of majorities required. Simple majority, half of the members support. 2/3 majority of houses, and third way is 2/3 majority of houses and half of the legislative assemblies must pass it. This is the third way in which the bill needed to be passed. By this process, the ordinary bill has passed, the constitutional bill will be passed, and now the third one I'm going to start to discuss is about money bill. Now, usually this is a procedure that money bill generally presented first in only Lok Sabha. So, speaker will decide that is this a money bill or the ordinary bill. In that situation, if it is a money bill, then in that bill it is necessary to see that the recommendations for budget must be there, or financial matter must be included in that bill. If it is, then it is called money bill, otherwise no. So if it is a budget, budget means coming years income and expenses, assumption, presumption that how much income will come in coming year, and from that income what will be the expenses the government will make for coming year, it will be discussed in that bill. It is called budget, will be presented first in the Lok Sabha on every year's 28th February by Finance Minister of India. All money bills are presented through specific process. Now I am describing the process. 4 points are there. First is preliminary discussion is carried out as the ordinary bill. Second, the expenses mentioned in the budget are discussed. Finance Minister will present numeric details. Third, all ministers of different departments put their demand in front of Lok Sabha with budget. Then the voting will be carried out and permission of the demand will be done. And last one is here with the budget separately source of income and taxes are presented. So all members sitting in the house and by the members whole country will get information about it, and also these income and tax related recommendations will also approved respectively by both houses. So in this situation, in case of the money bill, after passing through Lok Sabha will come to the Rajya Sabha, right? Here Rajya Sabha has power to return it to the Lok Sabha within only 14 days. So for money bill, some changes are there. When Lok Sabha again pass and will come back to Rajya Sabha, here Lok Sabha has power to accept the changes suggested by the Rajya Sabha or reject in a partial way of the recommendations, or the completely reject the recommendations made by the Rajya Sabha. Here money bill will not come back in 14 days. If from Rajya Sabha to Lok Sabha. It is considered that it has been passed. So here the houses of the parliament have passed it. It will be declared. Then it will be sent to the president for signing. But if Lok Sabha reject the changes suggested by Rajya Sabha and pass it again, in that situation, the bill will be considered as passed because mainly Lok Sabha is considered as most higher than Rajya Sabha, not by numbers, but the peoples are directly electing members sitting in Lok Sabha. So the power of the Lok Sabha is more somehow than Rajya Sabha. So in that situation, it is considered that money bill has been passed and will send to the president for signing it. Here you have to remember, keep in your mind that if the budget is not passed by both houses, then it is considered that the houses have lost their trust and confidence in present government, and government has to resign from their post. Right, my friends? So keep in your mind some necessities they have to think. Apart from this, both houses have powers to discussion, to make discussion about parliament's other matters like social matters, economic matters, political matters, defense related matters, foreign relations related matters, so many matters they can discuss it. Lok Sabha has direct control over using of public funds without consent of the houses. Government cannot impose any more tax. Generally, Parliament never imposed or levied new taxes but can make improvement by reducing some taxes is possible. So, the houses of the Parliament are called custodian of public funds. So, without the permission of the Parliament, government cannot use directly, indirectly public funds. That is necessary to understand. Here, it is a democracy. So the Parliament's power is more than any other institution's power. So Parliament can use their power to allow to use the public fund, restrict to use the public fund, whatever we can say. Okay, one thing more. You have to keep in your mind that Parliament has power to remove the president also, remove the vice president also, remove the chief justice and other judges of High Court, Supreme Court, chief election commissioners, auditor general, attorney general for their misbehavior, in charge, inefficiency or violation of the constitutional powers. For all these way, Parliament can remove all these people by following the process of impeachment. Right, my friends? So here I discussed with you about process and powers of parliament, how the bill could become a law. Right, my friends? Okay.